Have you ever wanted to know a particular person better? To be able to predict his or her every move and reaction, be familiar with all of his or her tastes, and see right through his or her personality so that you can be wiser? If so, then you may embark on a journey. There you'll find your answers. Or so the forgotten ruins of Aztecs dictate. Needless to say, it'll be dangerous, and the burden of risk very heavy. Your intentions may be as innocent as trying to comprehend the person you love, or give a heartwarming surprise to a friend or family member, or it may be sinister as to use the information that you were given to manipulate and thwart someone you loathe. You may even be wanting to know a very influential person, so you may appease that person with ease. Regardless, I'll not judge your intentions, but beware. Because you will be evaluated, and the basis of that analysis is not only obscure, but seemingly random. So don't think that you're sure to get out unscathed just because you wanted to know your love's dream honeymoon getaway to impress him or her. This is the price of the knowledge that will be bestowed upon you. You need some hair from the head of the person of interest. Even a single strand will do. And you're good to go. Tucked away in the dense foliage, there's a sacred yet forbidden retreat somewhere along the banks of the Amazon. It lurks in the nooks and crannies of the marshy vegetation, its whereabouts ever-changing. Mortals are only tolerated on a full moon night. The place can never be located otherwise. Start looking, riding a boat. Preferable ones that make minimal noise as the moon makes its first appearance. Reaching the entrance before midnight is a prerequisite. Keep your ears on patrol. You're listening out for a distant hiss. One not so dissimilar to a snake's, or one audible when you twist open the stopper of a carbonated beverage. It's said to be calling to you, more like a challenge, in their decipherable tongue. As if they're saying, "You think you're worthy?" If you're able to hear a hiss, stop the boat. Try to locate it. Once you have a rough geological estimate, anchor your boat along the bank and start foraging. You must leave anyone you brought with you on the boat. Otherwise, the place will not show up. Look for a cave. It should be just enough specifically for someone of your height to enter. You may use a light source to illuminate your path as you search, but the eerie yet glaring moonlight should suffice. As soon as you spot the cave, extinguish your light source, leave all technology behind, otherwise they'll be incapacitated. Bear nothing with you other than your clothing and the hair. The moonlight should create a lighting synonymous to the rustic images of early television, devoid of color, ominously monochromatic. Muster up your courage. You'll need every ounce of it. And walk inside. It'll be pitch black at first, so walk cautiously to make sure that you don't get lost. Use the walls to navigate. Feel for a pattern of carved series of circles at the height of your hands. There will be diverted paths and forks. Feel for the pattern. I must stress that you do not follow any walls that do not have the pattern. Around 5 minutes in, you'll hear footsteps behind you and ahead of you. Don't panic. The noise from footsteps will vary. Some light, others heavy. Some will correspond to strolling. Other pacing and even running. Things will brush past you occasionally and even bump into you, only to immediately dart away. Do not heed them. Move forward, and after a while you'll see a light as if one at the end of a tunnel. The walls bearing the circles around you lead you right here. Shafts of moonlight will riddle the pathway, illuminating the circle pattern so you no longer have to feel. Proceed with a steady pace. No need to run or lag. The footsteps will cease. You might curse your peripheral vision, for shadows will linger at the corner of your eyes only to fall back as you turn around, but you need not worry. Keep walking. Occasionally you'll come across diverted pathways. Something will be standing there. A gray and indiscernible figure mottled with inky stains of black. Unlike the others, will not retreat from your plane of sight. On the contrary, it will gesture to you. Run. You must run past all these pathways, otherwise... I'll get to that. That thing will scream and chase after you, but you must not stop and you must not look back. You may stop when the footsteps die away, and after what might seem like an hour or so, you will have reached your destination, an enormously spacious room. Enter the room and you'll see a stone altar illuminated by a single moonlight beam descending from the ceiling. Patterns similar to the circles on the walls will have embellished its every surface. Everything else will be hiding under the cover of darkness. As you make your way up to the altar, you might be greeted by the whispers and hisses from the darkness that surround you. There'll be occasional shrieks and undulating moans. Something might screech as if right beside you, or right behind you. Jump scares are always on the table, anything to draw your attention. Whatever you do, do not look. Keep your eyes on the altar at all times. When you've reached the center, sit down with your legs crossed. The full moon will be visible through the slit on the roof. As it pools the altar with its ghastly yet eerily mysterious light. Place the hair at the center and take a deep breath. Close your eyes and pronounce in a low voice, as humbly as you can, "Facekeeper, bestow upon me your knowledge." The noises in the darkness will halt. Open your eyes and look at the hair. The hair will be set ablaze, but not by conventional fire. The tiny flames will emanate a soft white, opalescent glow. Your body will note a steep temperature drop. There will be a presence around you, which you will find to be oddly reminiscent. Whose face do you desire to know by heart? The question will come from a random direction. Keep staring at the fire. The voice will be none other than your own, grim and solemn, and it will speak in the same language you used to summon it. Say the person's name. There'll be a period of silence. Don't look up or make any kind of noise. Remain seated as you are. Why do you want to know that face by heart? Again, from a random location in the same voice and language, state your intention as honestly as you can. It should be obvious that you mustn't lie. In the case that you do, remember that it will not only know of it, but also take account of that lie when judging you. There will be a longer period of silence. I urge you to remain as you are. Are you worthy? The voice will suddenly reveal itself behind you. Don't take your eyes off the flames. As adamantly as you can, say, yes. As soon as you do, the flames will flare. As soon as you do, the flames will flare for a split second and extinguish themselves. You will hear a multitude of malevolent hisses all around you. A grim, spiteful aura will burden the air. You'll be under the impression that an otherworldly presence is approaching you from far ahead. Stay as you are and keep staring at the ashes. At one point, all noise will reach an abundant halt. A violent surge of wind will blow the ashes onto you and you will black out. You open your eyes to the cacophony of birds rising at the dawn. You'll be lying at the place where you spotted the cave, only the cave will be no more. Rise, gather up your things, and go back to the boat. Now you can naturally think exactly like your desired person, as if you can dress yourself in that person's very mental makeup. Of course, you can take it off just as easily. In the case you are not worthy, be prepared to face nothing but sheer confusion and frustration for the rest of your life. The Facekeeper will have robbed you of who you are. You'll know nothing, no memories, no language, nothing. All that will be left is instinct. Your mentality will be linked to a newborn baby, awed at the world around you as if seeing it for the first time. Now as for my warning. If you looked up while talking to the Facekeeper, didn't know the wall, or responded to the mottled figure's beckons, The outcome's the same, immortality. Sounds great, doesn't it? Yeah. It's like those shadowy figures of the mottled summoner, trapped in that lair for all eternity, rejected by death itself. They just wanted more friends, that's all. Now, if you make it out successful, there's no catches, no restrictions. You've been deemed worthy. You're free to proceed, using your newfound prowess in any way you see fit, feeling powerful, wanting more. You can, if you want to. Take some hair off the person and return to the Amazon. Go through it again. You've done it once, it's no problem. But be warned. The basekeeper doesn't take ambition too kindly. I suggest you stop to listen. But your chances of being deemed worthy twice in a row is much slimmer. And what if you aren't? Will the basekeeper snatch away your ability? No. Oh no, you can keep that. It'll take away you and only you. But hey, you got someone else's personality, right? Sure you do. Good luck being that person when he or she legitimately exists. You know that you're you, so why is that person claiming to be you? Why is your mom calling him or her child? Why is your lover sleeping with that person? He or she is the real deal. You're just a cloned personality stuffed into a now unknown body. Identity theft with an unexpected twist, don't you think? Makes you wonder whether losing the first time around was better. If this doesn't bother you, though, go on. Sail along the Amazon in the moonlight, seeking that hiss. I wish you good luck, but don't forget to ask yourself, are you worthy? Hey there kids, it's me, MrCreepyPasta, and I wanted to tell you all thank you so much for listening to tonight's story, or watching tonight's story if you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, that means you're probably on the podcast that's available on iTunes, on the Google Play Store, and is now actually available on Spotify, and doesn't use as much data. So, hey, that's a thing. If you guys aren't listening on YouTube or Spotify, then I have no idea how else you could have found me. Unless you found one of those books on Amazon. You know, the Creepypasta Collection, Volume 1, Volume 2. Those are things too. Oh well, I don't know how you would have heard me there, seeing as this was recorded like 2 years after those came out. Well, anyway. Thanks for listening, folks. And sweet dreams.